Hello? 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 Checking if it's working. Checking if it's working, and it's working. Working. Working well. Anyways, hello everybody. Good evening. Hope you all are having a good night. Having a good Wednesday. For at least on for me. Oh, hello, Sea Draws. Welcome, welcome. I didn't know we were going into the office today. And so usually going into the office necessitates some tardiness on our end. They say 9 to 6, and it is 9 to 6 technically. But, you end up like hanging out and taking a little longer, putting your dishes away. It's like a whole thing. So we're a little late today, but very good to see everybody and welcome everybody. I got a little thing. What is this called? A melodica or something? I think that's what it is. Anyways, I got a little thing that I can use to do this next portion of of the program. Let me get to there. See, I still have I'm still doing announcements. I'm still making a better show for us on stream. So let me do a little thing. Announcements. There we go. A little announcement. So what announcements do we have? We made a video. That's probably the big announcement right now. Is that we've finally finished one of those videos where we all talk about stuff and have some thoughts. So I uh, I really wanted to get it out because there's a line in it that's like Happy New Year, and I wanted to get it done before it actually went into February. So I'm glad we got it done. It was quite a push, and I got a little tired. I'm still a little tired from that effort, but it was a big thing. So I'm gonna where's the thing? Here we go. Oh, side draws. Of course. I thank you for the elucidation or illumination on your name. I do not want to mispronounce anybody's names. That's very helpful. So my cat's in bed with my covers all back. Well, I mean, as long as your cat's in bed with ya and you guys are having a good time, that's all good with me. So let me drop this link. It's our first video that we made, and or first like video of that sort. And I had a really good time. Like we just recorded it, Megan and I, when it was just one Saturday, and it was wait, how do I get rid of this thing? We just recorded it one Saturday, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And then Megan just cut it up. Then we brought it into our good old Adobe Animate, and then whoop jagoosh, it just works. So that's our first big video, or our first big announcement. Our other announcement that we've had is that we are still very much, let me see, very much busy. So what's a good busy sound? There, that's the sound of being busy. I'm a little, just like a half step down. There we go. We're still very busy at the moment. We still haven't announced that video that we've been working on, but that will be done February 17th ish. And then it'll just be out there and we can talk about it and it'll be great. Uh, Besides that, we have we have Gusano to finish tonight, and I will open up and probably start on the last couple scenes. And then I don't know when that'll come out because again we have like such a backlog of other priorities, but it should come out sometime in February. And then also in February we will be starting I'll start like a poll for our members to decide on what sort of new cartoon we're gonna make next. And that's all the announcements. No. I actually have a few personal announcements. These are very much not related to anything, just me. And they are that I finally made it to Lindell in Elden Ring. I've been playing this game for on and off for like a year and a half, and I finally actually beat the draconic knight person, the one that goes like has like a big thing like this. What does he look like? He's got like a tall helmet and a toothy shield and a dragon-looking horse. But I finally beat this dude, and I'm in Lindell, and I got that doot doot weapon, the Envoy's, I think Envoy's Longhorn. That's like a wrapped little duder, and I'm having some fun. I think the main thing is like I'm not very good at games, so in Elden Ring still is hard for me. But I'm finally there in Lindell. That's a personal announcement. Oh, I'm also going to a buffet tomorrow. Very excited, and that's all the news for me. So let's get into the the actual cartooning, and moving on. Okay, so what's a good sound for cartoons? I don't know. That's my first piano song that I've ever played. Um, so if anyone else is interested in learning the piano, that's very easy. You just get these first three black keys. Uh huh. Uh huh. Or these. No. And there you go. That's all it is. Okay, so let's where we were in where we were last in Gusano is oh, this is just its own scene. We had oh wait, no. That file's not open yet. Let me open the proper file. Do 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 do. Oops, no. All right. Yeah, so we. I guess I have him saved because I had wanted to keep him. But anyways, we did this little file where Usano is walking around and trying to see if he can find his little friend. And I didn't end up getting to more of it, but I can wrap this stuff up later at another time. But anyways, he asks this little frog guy if you've seen the gremlin, and the frog guy ends up like, what do you call this? Tonguing, tonguing him and eating him up. And then that's gonna take us to our next scene, scene 7, or not scene 7, scene 6, I believe, where we're gonna start back with the frog here in his little fish hut. He makes fish sandwiches. That's the kind of frog that he is. So let's see. That's what we're up to right now. I think Donkey Kong's appropriate music to get this started. Let me just put it back. Let me put this down. We can do a little stretch. Maybe your cat heard about fish sandwich and is off to search for fish sandwich. If I were a cat, that's what I would be seeking. In any case, let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's animate. Animation's exciting. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's get into it. I think this scene should be pretty simple, and what I want to do actually is just sort of block this out. So I'm not going to go flesh it out as much. I kind of just need to be able to see how long things are going to take, or how much scene I have. So in actuality, maybe the first thing I got to do is design this frog, because I have not designed it yet. So let's do a little frog poll. You know, not frog on a pole about frogs is what I mean. So we can have him look, sort of. It's the first instinct of what a frog looks like. He's a sandwich shop owner. He's a frog. He's a frog. He's a frog. He's a sandwich frog. Give him a little hat. Why not? There's frog option 1. That's how he looks behind the counter. We can go frog 2. Give him like a bit of meat. This is a frog that a French man or any person who enjoys eating frogs would love to get their hands on. It's sort of a big mouth, big lower lip, and does he need hair? No, let's just give him a nice simple round head. So this is frog number 2. Frog number 2 works out. He works out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And those other days he does not work out. So that's frog number 2. Let's go frog number 3. We can make maybe more of like a kind of a ruffian sort of frog. let's see. You can have more of like a beak to them. The way some frogs have stuff like that. So this is our third frog. I don't want to give him too many details. That's what, otherwise it's going to be hard to animate. Give him a little soul patch. This is frog number 3. And then let's say frog number 4. What's a fourth frog? What can a fourth frog look like? Hold on a second. Let's see. A fourth frog can look like. Well, that's just not going to look like a frog if I give it a long lip like that. Fourth frog can look even derpier than all the other ones. There you go. These are some select frogs that we can use. So let's cast our first frog character here. They are the proprietor of a fish sandwich stop, and they just ate gusano and swallowed them up. So who do we like? Let me create the poll. Start a poll. Which frog owns this? So what am I trying to say? Sandwich shop. We have frog 1. Hat frog. Frog 2. Oh, hello, Greg. Welcome, welcome. Mussel frog. Let's see. Frog 3. Let's eye patch frog. And then frog 4. Jaw frog. Much like the jaw titan, but it's a jaw frog. So what do y'all think? Who do we want for our silly animation that we're doing? This is the last pivotal character in this Gusano cartoon. Like I said, I don't know when we're gonna be able to wrap this one up. I want to finish all the animation as soon as possible. I have a bunch of paintings, and as Greg could attest, I shared two of what the backgrounds would look like to our members. A little sneak peek, but the others to finish this, like, again, because the other things are priorities. I don't know when I'll have the time to color and composite and do all that other stuff, but it's pretty much there. It's going pretty good. Big Man Lane eye patch best. I do enjoy a nice eye patch and soul patch. He's patch frog, really. But yeah, who do we want? Who do we want? Who do we want? Who do we want? I'm actually surprised I have this much energy. Something about me when I go to the office to work is I'm very work mode. Like, at the office, I don't socialize, which is not good. I do not recommend that at all. If you go to school, you don't go to school to just do school, just like you don't go to the office to do office. You gotta be able to go, hey, hello, how are you doing? Talk to everybody. But for whatever reason, especially today, I was at the office and I was very, very drilled into just working. I sat at my desk, I farted at my desk, I ate at my desk, I almost slept at my desk, but I didn't because I had only work energy. And then at the end of these days, we're always very tired, Megan and I. So I'm surprised that I have some amount of juice on this stream. I thought I would be like pretty like, okay guys, let's keep drawing, man. But I feel pretty good. Okay, wow, it's a dead heat. Everybody, hat frog, muscle frog, eye patch frog, jaw frog. Well, I'm sorry, muscle frog, that you're not getting any love, but I love you. I think your muscles are very nice. You must work very hard to get those muscles. And that's the thing about having muscles, is you gotta kind of just have to work for them. There are obviously genetics involved, but really, a lot of it is just hard freaking work. So let's see, what kind of muscles do I have? I don't have many muscles. I have animator bad back muscles. That's what I have. Let me see. Well, I don't know. I would say if it was leaning one way or the other, I would just pick one or the other. But this is literally just tied, so I'm not entirely sure what to do. Oh, Hat Frog! Whoa! Oh, someone changing their votes, maybe? Hat Frog. Okay, Hat Frog is in the lead. Hat Frog. I kind of can see why. Hat Frog is it's pretty cute. Well, ooh, Hat Frog's pulling ahead now. Dang. Okay. Well, anyways, let me stall for a little bit more time. And then we'll close it off. And let me see if I have any kind of a story to share. Do I have a story? No, my mom's coming to town. That's not a story. That's a life event. Hmm. Do I have any stories? That's something I want to get better at. Is like part of the whole having announcements things, is trying to get me to force myself to have some actual stories. Usually when I conversate with people, I'm very much like a volley back to you. You come in with your hot takes, and I'm like, oh yeah, tell me about that. Oh, why do you think that? Oh, that's interesting. I'm not usually the one who sets the table and is like, well, guys, this is what I got. Oh, I had such an event today. Um, but even if it's not my normal stance, I want to get better at it. You know, you can always get better at stuff. But in any case, it seems like Hot Frog is probably the winner of this round. Ooh, oh, hello, Carter. Welcome, welcome. A trust frog who wears hats. Okay, I understand. I understand. I think you have to have a certain panache about yourself to wear hats. Hat frog or bust. Dang, dang. All right. It seems Hat Frog has really cemented itself in its legacy of having a cute hat. Excuse me, hat, and being a cute frog. So let's go with Hat Frog. Hat Frog. Hat Frog. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Winner, winner. No frog leg dinner. Let me play a tune. That would that would uh that would fully let's celebrate the birth of Hat Frog on this stream. Let me I'll show you what I got. Hold on a second. Where are you, OBS? Oh, what? No, yeah. There we go. Let's play a tune for Hat Frog. There you go. That's my Hat Frog celebration. Hat Frog, Hat Frog. Okay. Um, I do a little bit of improv every once in a while on the piano, but my improv is always kind of a little sad. It's like there's a little melancholy to it, because I write poems and I animate, so it fits. One day I will get better at improving fanfares. But let's go to the actual word spree. Let's go. Hat Frog. Thank you, Carter. Oh, thank you, Ad Run. I appreciate it. Is it really jarring? Because I don't know what the audio levels of that stuff is. I don't know if it's like too loud, if it's like really sharp. I've never played a wind instrument before. I've only played hammer instruments like piano, I guess. So I don't actually have very good breath control. So let me know if that was too strident. Let's see, what does Hat Frog look like? Yeah, Hat Frog. Hat Frog. Let me lower the opacity on this thing. And yeah, he just swallows up our friend Gusano, and we cut to him here at his sandwich shop. And that's where we're at in this program. there he is. That's Hat Frog in the land that he loves. Let's make him a little wall-eyed. I like characters being a little wall-eyed. That's my secret of all the characters that I make. They're all just a little goofy. So he's gonna be here, and like I said, for today, just because I don't think I'm gonna either be able to sustain this level of energy or be able to finish the stuff that I want to get to, I'm going to focus this time that we have together on just sort of keying things up. So what we have here, oh what? No wonder. I might need to redraw Hat Frog because I did not know I was working with such a thin brush, and it's gonna look really weird when he inevitably starts moving a bit and I change brush sizes. I like a good meaty brush. Meaty brush, y'all. Oh, Donkey Kong stopped playing. Let's go play. Let's play some Kirby. It was all right sound-wise. That's good. That's good. Thank you for the feedback. I think when it comes to streaming, I'm not self-conscious about too much, but I don't want to create really loud sounds that are impossible to listen to, and I also do not want to create really gross sounds like masticating, aka chewing, aka eating. So yeah, that's my only real. I don't want to do that and create an issue for people. Let's see. Let's have this guy come in here. So we'll give him like a little patch. Well, no, that will probably be very tricky to track. But I think I need something, because otherwise you won't be able to tell what this is just from a first glance. This is someone who is coming to the sandwich shop to get some treats, to get their fill of fishy meats. Bum 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 bum. Patch Frog, he will be missed, at least by you. Well, I end up usually saving these in some way or another. Like I saved that monster that I made in this last one. There he is. So I'll put Patch Frog in with the legendarium of past frogs or characters unused, because they end up coming back in some way or another sometimes. I'm also saving Muscle Frog because I like Muscle Frog, and that's what I get to do. So let's get this guy in the game. It's like, oh, I'm coming to the sandwich shop. And of course, one does not fly simply by the power of a ghostly sheet. One must also use legs in order to go where they need to go. Alright, so yeah, this process here in the game we call key posing. It's funny for me. I wish, like, if you guys have I think there was someone on the stream before. I forget their name exactly, but they said that they wanted to be a professional hockey player. That's like choice number 1, and then choice number 2 would be an animator on YouTube. And I remember saying to him very much that if you could do either, definitely be a professional hockey player. that seems both harder but also easier at the same time. But really, you just do what you want. Anyways, I think what I'm trying to say is that if I could do some sort of alternate job, it probably would be something in sports. I was looking at the Clippers employment website for our local Los Angeles Clippers team. They're a small, humble bunch of excessively paid millionaires, but they also had a job opening for like some sort of community thing. And I thought about applying, but I did not get to it. I don't know why I'm talking about sports right now. Sports. Huh. Lost my train of thought. This is another indication that I don't actually have as much energy as I want. Oh, Mr. Creeper. Oh, okay. thanks for the thanks for the 5. I'm wanted within 19 different countries across Europe. Well, it seems you are either eluding the law successfully by being an internet phantom who is very generous, or that you are confined but still have generous internet access due to the liberalness of European prisons. I'm not sure which is which, but in either case, we thank you and we hope that the wantedness is that they want to hang out with you. Is the real thing. So I'm just kind of adding some goofy old poses to get this guy going, because he just needs to like get to his spot and approach the sandwich shop. But for realsies, thank you. That we really appreciate that. I wish. Hopefully, we do give out memberships to our channel later in the stream, and when we do that, hopefully you will get a membership. But we don't control that, unfortunately. That seems to be randomly generated by by the by the powers that be. So yeah, just adding in some more silly poses. So this is gonna be pretty whack, but let's see what it's like, because I've not been thinking at all making this. I've just been like so yeah, this is really the way he's running does not make any sense. But you know what? I kind of like it. So I might challenge myself to just animate that, regardless of how stupid. Like, okay, so this sort of makes sense. He comes in first, and then he has a down and then an up, and he's going from one leg to the next, and then that's kind of makes sense too. But then he goes up. It's gonna be a pretty goofy run, is what I can tell. So I don't mind. I'm happy to make it really silly. So let's just do that. And then let's get to here, where he's going to request his sandwich from Mr. Frog. I don't need you. Properties. Oh, Rupert was gifted a membership. Yay! That's nice. Well, welcome to the Eggland. I guess that's what we call members. Welcome to Eggland. We hope you enjoy your stay with our egg crew. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It's a little easier to see. Okay, he still looks too head on, so let's do it this way. All right. Okay, so this is Frog Guy, and then we have our guy over here come in. Let's say he can start around here. It's gonna be like a mysterious fella in a sheet, but as we may know, this is actually, if you take his sheets off, our little gremlin guy. There he is, look at him. But for now, we must keep him hid, for nobody knows who the sheet man is. And he's wearing a sheet because it's raining. That's the story reason for why he's in this little getup. So let's have him run in. Beep 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 beep. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. Oh, I should end the poll because this has been up, and as expected, Hat Frog has really crushed here at 42%. Um, but Litchi. I'm not sure if it's the Lich King or like lychees, the delicious fruit, or whatever it is. But however you pronounce your name, when did we start animating? I started animating when I went to school for animation. I was first at school to study English because I wanted to be an English teacher. And after a while, I decided I no longer wanted to be in high school for the rest of my life. So I went to study animation at CalArts, which was, I think, in around 2011. So I guess I've been animating uh, on and off since 2011. I think we want to move him back because those footsteps are going to need a little bit more space. So yeah, hopefully that answers this question. How long, Litchi, have you been animating? I'm guessing maybe that you animate. I do not know. So we're just kind of roughing stuff out here right now. This leg is in front of the other one. He's gonna plant this foot here. I'm trying to stick with some of the original principles of doing the silliest things, and those silliest things being the things that produce what you ultimately enjoy. So he stops, and then he goes like, he's gonna tell Mr. Frog what he wants. And what he wants is unfortunately muffled. So his other arm's gonna come out and do a little finger. He's gonna be like, I want something. And what he wants is a fish sandwich. But unfortunately, for him, his mouth is covered by his little shawl here. So give me one something. I would like one fish sandwich, please. All right, so let's see. This timing is also not going to be very good, but it's because we're just winging it. So, we're going to need more time, obviously, on this story point. And then the frog's got to be like, I think he's going to be like, lower your little mask. That's what he needs to gesture to our other guy here. Thank you. I'm glad you found out what you wanted to do. As for me, I've never animated before. All of my friends and how they can draw so well and how you animate as well. Oh, thank you. I think I animate okay. I think if you'd seen my student film, which was made in around 2014, and then you look at how I'm animating now, you're like, has he gotten better at all? Because I'm not sure that I have. I think like my animation, both interests and style and maybe ability have been about the same since I started. I just have maybe a bit more tolerance and experience for how long animation takes, and also like a clearer sense of like what I like and what I enjoy. So we actually don't need him to squash. I think we just need to keep this subtle. Just have him gesture up. Yeah, let's do that. Sometimes you can do too much in animation. So the little things I'm going through right there are an example of not necessarily skill, just experience telling me that like don't overdo it. Just keep it simple. keep it simple for this thing. And sometimes experience is actually helpful. So he's just gonna gesture down. So he's not even really moving at all. Once we start animating him, he will obviously move a little bit. I don't know if... This probably isn't clear. I think I need to extend his arms a little bit. Yeah, let's extend his arms up so it's a little bit more clear what he's gesturing about. Well, that's not very clear either. Let me see. I think we'll just have, instead of the guy gesturing for him to remove his face mask, he can just more be like, I don't know what you said, bro. So let's just do that instead. You try something, sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. And then he can lean in and be like, I don't know what you said. There we go. Clear keyframe here. So you go blah blah blah. Still not exactly clear what's going on. Thing is, he doesn't really have ears, so it can be hard. It can be a little hard to tell what he's actually trying to get at here. So I think I might need to cheat a little bit and use like a graphic question mark. But you know what? I'm using dialogue boxes, so it's not cheating. It's just clarifying. You should prioritize trying to get what you're trying to get across over style points. So I'll just say that. So he's gonna be like, beep beep, give me something, and Bob will be like, what? And then go back to elf guy or a gremlin guy in disguise. He doesn't need to be mad yet. He can just be like, well, I said what I said. What are you talking about? Just give me the fish sandwich. That's what you sell here, and that's what I want. Why else would I come to this wet little hovel place? Although I think, I don't know, there's something really nice about these dirty little homes to me. Like this little place, that just looks cozy. You know, in actuality, it would be very dank and fairly unpleasant, I would assume, to live in. But for our little guy here, and for the purposes of the art, I think it's real cozy. I like small spaces. I don't know if any of you guys had considered living in a van, like that van life thing. I don't know if that's still a trend anymore, but part of why I wanted to do it was because I find cozy places really nice. So he can go again and be like, bleep 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 bleep. Let's see. WALL-E's a great movie. Oh. Is that a movie that you watched recently? I actually started doing animation because of WALL-E. So me and WALL-E, we got some history. Not specifically WALL-E, but I bought the Blu-ray to that movie, and on the Blu-ray there was a little documentary feature about the founding of Pixar, and watching that documentary and seeing how like motivated and inspired everybody was really awakening to me, because again at the time I was thinking about becoming a high school English teacher, and I didn't can't say, it's not that I didn't have passion for it, because even now to this day, like I think teaching is really something that's pretty freaking important. But regardless of its importance, it's something that I had like strong feelings and strong opinions about, and I still do. And maybe I'll wind up actually going to teaching at some point again. But at the time, I was very much in a, well, it's a job, it's a living. There's supposedly job security and all these other things I didn't understand or took for granted or assumed back then. Um, and I just wasn't like a big firecracker about teaching. I was like, oh, I'll do it. And it seems like it will fall within my skill set. But seeing their passion, these Pixar people, was really inspiring, and I thought, maybe I just need to give it a shot. And for a while, I really wanted to actually work at Pixar. I applied for their internship, and I had a little interview with someone at school, and we didn't end up didn't end up there, but ended up in animation in some way or another. So again, he can be like, what do you want there, sir? Wink, wink, wink. We're gonna need more time, obviously, for these little moments. Almost like I might not even like animate into that. I might just have him pop into the pose and not do like too many in betweens and all that other stuff. There's something really silly about like he says the thing and he just leans in a little bit closer. I don't know. We try to keep it silly. Try to keep it like who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Well, I don't know if you're out there still, Mr. Creeper, but thank you again. I hope you're doing well. Really appreciate it. Also, if you guys want to hear a more video essay format of what we do, check out our video. We made it. We worked really hard on it. I think it's pretty good. Let's see. He's going to get a little frustrated here. Let's see. How would you hold your fist out if you're frustrated? I guess, yeah, he can just ball up his fist. Come on, guy. Erg. Then he's gonna grab his mask. Let's lean him back a little bit. He's gonna grab his mask, pull it down. To reveal that he is indeed our little guy here, the thief who stole the cattail. Again, we're just trying to be real loose and block this stuff in. And then, like, as he comes out to say it, the rest of his ears can pop out as well. So then we'll have like a pretty clear visual that it's the guy. We want to make sure that we got the right perp. Justice, not injustice. Justice. Oh, Probably the music is off because I just remembered that I probably haven't changed it in a while. Let's do Metroid. Metroid's a nice place. Do 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 do. And then here he can obviously be very clear about it, and we can show it graphically as well with fish on a piece of bread. Something like that. And we can even add a little exclamation mark for exclamation. Fish sandwich. But little did you know, fella, little gremlin guy, that you've made a fatal mistake. I'm sorry, I'm talking through the animation a lot right now. Normally, when I'm animating, I can actually talk about other stuff and hang out and see what's going on with everybody. And I do want to do that. It's just I think in this part, because it's so like story oriented, that I actually do need to use a bit more brain, regardless of how it might actually look. I am using my brain to try to figure this out. And so then what we reveal is that what's coming out of his mouth, you wonder? Why? Is he going to eat the gremlin too? No, he's not. Because Gusano's in there. I got you. I got you, guy. So yeah, Gusano's gonna fly out of his mouth. I'm gonna have to like adjust the frog's model a little bit. He's looking a little less frog-like. I might just change and not have the lips quite like that, or something about it. It's not looking very frog-like. So he's gonna fly out. And then tackle the guy. Got his fist out. This is a bit of a more adult cartoon because we got some violence going on. Just implied violence though. I don't think Kusano actually needs to strike him. And then he'll get back the cattail that way. And he'll give it up. So let's see. Because I actually do want to start animating and not just be key posing. And that way I can actually maybe even talk to everybody a little bit as well. Now, boink, boink. Fish sandwich. And then he gets attacked by Gusano. It's like, where's my cattail? Where's my buddy? You stole him from me. But instead, since we have that pretty blocked out, let's just go back to this, and I'll start animating, and we can get this guy done pretty well. And I will probably change a lot of this because I wasn't thinking at all when I made this lead up. Okay. Let's do a little stretch. Stretching is always good. Wow. We have entered our first stretch break. So what music sounds like a stretch? There you go. I changed the last note so it sounded like a stretch. a little music theory. I'm sure there are many musicians on this stream that are actual musicians. I just played piano for a couple years, and that's it. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this. Let's get it going. Let's first label this. Let's call him Grem. Bloop, bloop. Doodaloo, doo doo, doodaloo, doo doo. So yeah, what's going on, everybody? How are you doing? What is news in your worlds today? Like I said, I finally made it to Lane-Dell in Elden Ring. I got my little holy deuter, and that's supposed to be like a joke or anything. I think that's actually what it is. It's the Envoy's Longhorn, and it has a great Ash of War that helps with super large enemies like dragons who have wild hitboxes, and that'll make that part of the game easier. I'm not an elite gamer. I just enjoy being able to customize your build. Like, I didn't play Sekiro very much, not because it's not a good game, but because I would have wanted a lot more ability to control the loadout that you have. You know, the playstyle. My playstyle, and I kind of like being a big bonker with like a big club, bonking things around. But you can't do that in Sekiro. You have to actually know how to play the game and be able to get the timing right and block and parry and all that other stuff. And I'm just not that kind of gamer. So Elden Ring and stuff like that is much more my cup of tea. I think maybe we'll linger on this a little bit more. I think this Sunday actually will be the first member stream. I've been meaning to do more of that. I just need to find like the right time and the right game to play. Because I think that's what it'll be. It'll be a more casual, just playing some games, hanging out. Might play some Uncharted. I don't know if any of you guys have played Uncharted before, but it's a very good series of games. I'm not talking about like Uncharted like it's an indie game. No, I'm sure many people have played it before, but I like kind of running through old games that I've done already before. And it's just like be able to spend some time on stream with everybody is always nice for me. So let's see. Just in betweening this guy, and make him smooth, because it's animation. It's not an animatic. We still gotta make things smooth. Weep. We still gotta make it smooth. We still gotta make it smooth. Boom, 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 boom. I actually should be in a meeting tonight, but I am not in a meeting. I am here. I guess I am in a meeting. I'm in a meeting with everybody here, and that's delightful. That's much better than the other meeting that I could have been in. So thank you all for meeting with me. It is a very good meeting. Let's see. I don't think this is gonna make sense. Yeah. I think I'll need a bit of another thing going on here so that I can actually plant this leg. It's like, am I animating ghosts? No, we are not animating ghosts. We're animating Grems. Maybe we'll do some kind of ghosty thing for Halloween. Halloween has, from like an animation standpoint, become one of my favorite times of the year. I really don't know what we're gonna make this year for Halloween. Last year we did something for Cutie. This year I don't imagine we'll do that, so it's wide open. Who knows? Who knows what we'll actually make in Halloween this year? Whee. Let's have him go up a little bit more. This is going to be a really goofy run cycle, or run up to the sandwich shop. And I don't know what it would be character-wise, but I'm just gonna let it be and not worry too much about the fundamentals of why this scene is what it is or what the motivations are. Let's just have some goofy fun. You know, you just saw a goose get eaten by a frog, so maybe you're in the mood for some fun now instead. When you see a goose get eaten by a frog, what can you do? You go on a log. So extend, he's going to stretch, and then away he goes. Whoop, boom, boom. So I think we'll need to save this one for the next one. It's a little bit too quick. I think it like what we'll do probably after this run thing is not like tone down the goofiness, but just make it shorter. Because it's already feeling like, the strangeness of the run may become a bit too long, and then it's not just goofy, it becomes kind of calls attention to itself a little bit too much at that point. And then that is just kind of maybe potentially obnoxious, who knows. Just a little easing in and easing out. Let's make this more extendo. Let's make this little cape thing. I think when you get to this scene in the film proper, you'd be like, "What's going on? What is this weird little ghost bag thing coming?" And I think that's a good effect, you know? Not everything has to be clear all the time. Sometimes I think of films as there's just sort of a series of little puzzles, little clues, and then by the end, you've figured something out of like the story of what you've been watching, or something out about one of the characters. You're like, oh, that guy really was a jerk, or oh, that guy really did deserve love. And hopefully, it's more of that than the jerk thing. But you don't have to be super clear all the time. Even though I'm going to contradict what I said earlier and say that you should prioritize clarity. You know what? It's art. Art is all over the place. So let's see. We've been animating this little bag, basically. Doink. I think instead of having him hop up, we'll just have him run all the way through. And that'll be one of our ways to cut down on this. Because we want him to... We want this to progress fairly quickly. So I'm going to get rid of that one. We want to get right into it. It's like you just showed me a frog eating a goose. Now you're showing me a bag. How do the two connect? It's going to make me watch the bag. Like that scary kid in American Beauty. You know. Show me what the bag's about. I'm coaching myself up as we go through these these little film theories. I mean, has anyone here actually made a film on their own or wants to? Genuine question. Before doing animation, or after I got accepted to CalArts, I went through this brief period of time in the middle of the summer before I went, where I really wasn't sure about the whole cartoons thing, which feels it feels really dumb to say right after I basically changed up my life. I I got into this place where I'm like, oh, I actually want to do live action instead. I think that's where all the important stuff is being made. It was a very juvenile lack of understanding of what important meant or why that mattered at all. And for me, um, that turned into a summer where I thought, oh, I'm going to school for animation, but maybe what I'll do is use animation as a way to pivot into live action, where all the real stuff is happening. And so I tried to make a film that summer, and it freaking sucked. It was really hard. I had no idea what I was doing, and the nice thing about that is, when you don't have any idea, you're gonna learn. And maybe sometimes what you learn is a really hard lesson. That stuff is really hard, and to do that kind of stuff requires a skill set and a temperament that you don't have, and those are things that I learned from my summer of trying to make a live action film. So yeah, I don't know if anybody here wants to make films. Maybe that's one of the benefits of animation is actually like you could start out by trying to make an animated film, because that's sort of what I'm just doing on stream here is showing how we make films, and I wouldn't say it's easy, but I hope it feels doable. Um, so that if anybody really has that itch or that desire to do films, like try doing an animated one. That's probably the strangest little bit of advice that I've ever given. Um, I saw this essay. I saw this video essay going around the other day. It wasn't like super popping or anything, but it was a little essay. It had about like 8,000 ish views of someone who seemed like they were a student, maybe a student in high school at the time, and they were talking about some of the animation things that were going on right now in terms of people having trouble finding work. Like a lot of my friends um, are currently looking for work and are unemployed and have been unemployed for a while. Um, and the sort of overall gloominess that this art student or potential art student felt made it so that she decided to actually go to school for nursing instead. Which I don't know, how that's going to shake out for her, but it seems like a very practical decision. And maybe one of the things that, like, if I went back to my younger self and said, "Oh, you want to do animation?" and that's a big change. Maybe what you can do is try to animate something first instead of going to school and centering your whole life around it. I think that's probably what I would have said. And if I'd known that then, and I saw someone like me doing what I'm doing right now on stream, I might have been like, maybe I'll just do animation like for fun, and then actually do that teaching thing, or go into probably not engineering because I don't have that kind of brain, but go into something that is a little less art related, so that like for the art stuff, I can just concentrate on doing art. Yeah, that's my big suggestion tonight. Is that if you're interested in making a film, try making an animated film, and you'll find that it's actually, as I demonstrate here, pretty pretty achievable. Is I won't say easy, I won't say doable. I'll just say achievable. It takes an amount of work for sure, and it's going to be probably pretty frustrating for the most part, but it's very doable. Let me see. There's something here that's not working for me. That's what it is. That's what it is. Just trying to fix fixing some arcs here. Okay. Yeah. So these are some pretty silly steps, but it's happening so quickly that you're not gonna be lingering on it too much. Mostly, what you'll see at the beginning of the scene It's just a nice little rain thing, you know, it's raining, and this frog is sitting here in the rain. I'll animate rain off stream because that's just drawing lines over and over again, which is what I'm doing on stream, but maybe a little less boring because it's, or a little more boring because it doesn't have a character, and I like animating characters. So yeah, he's doing whoop, beep, 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 beep. Let me add a little extra little thing here. That's what I'll do. Now in between this, okay. Okay. Oh, I think the music stopped again. I was on a very long spree of saying whatever I was saying. I'm not sure. Let's put on some. No. Let's put on. Oh, a lot of music from the Street Fighter series. Okay. So let's see. What do we got going on? Let's play it one more time. Bloop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. I think I actually want to keep the head up a little bit still, so that we have that like leading with our legs type of feeling. What's that? Oh, that's an ad. Anyways. Away we go. I think this is probably enough for now on this thing. Oh no, I'll leave the loop on. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, the volume's a little silly, and I think he can probably be a little bit bigger here at the beginning, because then otherwise his size remains pretty much the same. But maybe for this first chunk, yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger. There you go. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, then he gets a little bit too small too quickly. That's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit too small. Let's grab this chunk. Okay. Boop, boop. A little bit bigger than that. We'll just make him a little bit taller, is the thing. Yeah. Seems good, seems good. Maybe what I'll do is for the whole thing, make the whole thing just a little bit bigger. That's using your head. Because he does need to be about the frog's size when we roll up. Otherwise, he's gonna seem like a little kid. Okay, let's save that. That's good for now. And we'll move on to scene 7. Okay, yeah. This is good. This is good. What? Let's take a little drink, a little safety drink. Yeah, we can just blast through this running pretty quick. Is this clean enough for me? Probably. All right. Yeah, I think that's clean enough for me. I don't need to do much more than that. Nah, we can leave that. We can leave that patch away. We'll have it come back in some other way. It's not the most important, and it's going to add a lot of mileage if I end up choosing to do it for the whole time. Getting a little small. It's a lot of checking back and forth with animation. That can be one of the tediums of the process. When I suggested earlier that if you want to make films, make an animated film, I didn't do it because it would create a lack of tedium. I think it's more just that like you could probably make something a little bit more, just out there. Like when we participated in Cutie's film festival thing, there were a lot of live action films, and a lot of them were really great. Actually, it's not to say there's any sort of this is not a contest. It's not a fight. It's not like ooh live action. Yeah, more animation is film or animation is a serious medium. I don't really care about that. I just like one of the things you realize is that in order to make a live action film, you really do need like a bunch of collaborators. You need a bunch of people who are going to be like, let's get together and I don't know if we're doing a murder mystery, let's get together and murder someone. Not really. Let's get together and go out on this night and it's a lot of coordination with people. Whereas if you're doing animation, as long as you sort of know what you're doing, you can just kind of do it on your own. And for someone like me, who is not the coolest guy out there, it's a boon because you can just end up making stuff without having to get people to all be on board. And sometimes people wrangling is the hardest part about doing some creative thing. Is that you got to get everybody together, everybody on the same page, and that takes a lot actually. That's sometimes the hardest thing. So the nice thing about animation, once again, is that you can just do it yourself. Like Worthy Kids, like me and Megan, we're not doing it by ourselves. We have each other. But yeah, if you have a partner or a collaborator, thanks, Megs. How's that meeting going? That you can just kind of go for it, and you can do something in outer space. You can do something in underwater, as long as you can draw it or make it in CG. You can go there. Whereas if you wanted to do something live action and you wanted to do a period piece or something in a medieval fantasy setting or something else, it's just a little bit more difficult. At the same time, one of the things I love most is like small little plays, like Tennessee Williams' The Glass Menagerie. an excellent tiny play that takes place in one room, basically. Um, that's a little that kind of intimacy and seriousness can be a little harder to do in animation, maybe even a lot harder. But you know, that's why there are different mediums. That's why different people do different things. Let's see. Let's make him a little more narrow. Just give him little chunks. Why? And that's kind of the nice thing about what we're doing. Is like, oh, we're doing this little. This is a story about a gremlin and a goose in a forest, and we don't have to cast a gremlin. We don't have to cast a goose. We casted a frog. I guess we did sort of cast the goose, but we only did it through drawing, and that's pretty cool. I'm really tooting animation's horn right now. I should like give a speech somewhere at some award ceremony. Boo 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 boo. Hey guys, you know the great thing about animation? You can just do what you want. Wow. That is literally the great thing about animation. I remember in school when we were choosing to make our films, one of the refrains that one of my, I guess my officially designated mentor / film workshop teacher, said repeatedly was, you know, why is what you're making, why does it need to be an animated film, or how is it being an animated film taking advantage of the medium or doing something that, you know, you couldn't otherwise do in live action. I always thought that question was kind of silly. I'm like, oh, it's animation because I'm in animation school and I'm not in live action school and I have what I have. But it is actually a very good thing to consider. It's like, well, why are you making it in animation as opposed to, you know, in some other medium? Do 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 do. I guess I will go until about 9. When did I start? I started at 7:45. Let's go until 9:45 today. And that'll be about 2 hours. I might actually end up a little bit early. I'm not sure. We'll see how we feel. Ba 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 ba. I wonder, maybe I should give him the ears. Yeah, I think that's what something that I should do. Like, not just make it a little bag. Give him the ears. Well, because the ears, they might be cool, but they also might be a little distracting. I think I like it just being a little ninja instead. Let's do that. Sometimes because you're drawing the same thing over and over again, you can fall for the trap of monotony. Where you're like, oh yeah, let's just change the whole thing and create an infinitely greater amount of work for ourselves for no reason. Well, not for no reason. Ears are cool. It's not no reason at all. But you gotta check yourself sometimes before you schweck yourself. I am prone to doing things that are sort of over my budget of time and energy. It's one of my fatal flaws as a art person. Yeah. Let's see. Let's give this a little bit more space. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's see. All right. Oh, I think if the music is probably. Oh, it's still actually going. That is good. Let's put on some Earthbound. Blow now, bow. Blow now, bow. Blow now, blow. Blow now, now. Yeah, that's what's happening there. Need this guy to move forward a little bit, otherwise all of his momentum stops. What's going on? Why can't I select you? Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, I wonder what next month's cartoon is going to be about. I was thinking of possibly doing something with some guy that we made a while ago. His name is Marco. He ran a pizza stop, and people seem to like Marco, so he will probably be an option of what we make. And then besides that, I'm not sure. I don't know if it should be, because next month will be February, a little a little love centric, or if the premise will be something not related to it at all. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Matt and Megs makes a Valentine film, but probably not. I don't think it'll be like that, unless our members vote on it. In which case, it will be like that. So he's gonna flump, then rise up and make his demands. I would like one fish sandwich, please. One yummy, delicious fish sandwich. I've actually been pretty big into fish sandwiches lately. And by fish sandwich, I mean little fish sandwich, like anchovies and sardines. Sardines, actually, I found out, was not a specific fish. It's a sort of general term for a range of fishes that can be considered sardines. So I think a anchovy is potentially a sardine. Anyways, I've been having lots of sardines, and it's pretty good. Let's see, so flops down. Just talking about sardines, just animating things. Thanks everybody for coming out tonight, and really appreciate everybody who stops by and says hello. I'm as I said in the video, the nice thing about streaming is being able to make animation, the loneliness of just working at your desk, a little a little bit a little bit easier because you get to just hang out and say hello to people. I hope everyone's doing all right. I saw actually there's this I don't know if it's news or if this qualifies as news, but it's sort of a human interest story the other day where Elmo did like a I don't know about a live what would you call it, like a vibe check or just a check in, or essentially what Elmo, the account who or the person who runs Elmo on whatchamacallit, on I think on Twitter, asked everybody how they were doing. Just like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And Elmo got a ton of replies from different people, and a lot of them were sad. were examples of people who weren't doing as great as they would like, and um, I guess it was newsworthy because it was Elmo, and Elmo's like almost a cultural icon. You know, I won't do the Elmo voice because my Elmo voice is probably pretty shrill, but everybody knows who Elmo is, and I think people just there's something nice about being able to talk to anybody really. But an Elmo was a big part of people's childhoods for a long time, so it's unfortunate that so many of the replies were from people who seem to be not doing well. I think these past 2 years, have been probably very hard for a lot of people. And as I was talking about earlier, for folks in my industry, it might be it might be very hard indeed, and possibly harder as they go along. Um, but regardless of how difficult things can be, it is, we're all just people. We're all just trying to do our best, and it's nice to be able to feel like you can just come online and talk, and you know it's a really a strange one of the positive gifts, at least, that I've found about the internet. So yeah, I'm just trying to say appreciate everybody coming on. Normally what I would do is I would just put on Frasier probably. What have I been watching lately? I've been watching a lot of Hobbit, as I said in the last stream. Is that I will put on The Hobbit and just let that baby play and take me into into Workland. So let's see, Flomp. I think we want to ease into that even a little bit more, or maybe not. Well, maybe let's just go for it. It just goes for it. So talking to chat isn't quite like watching The Hobbit, but it is better. It is definitely better. Give me one fish sandwich. One fish sandwich, I say. To which the frog will say, I cannot actually hear what you're saying because it's muffled. Yes, it's muffled. My friend. Whoa. Okay. Well, I don't know if I need to actually do the trace back. Let me see. Let's look back. Let's look at our little scene thus far. We're just going to track our little guy coming in. Doink, doink. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't need the trace back. Let's clear that. And let's make a little symbol for what he's actually trying to say, which is a bunch of nonsense. Or what will appear to be a bunch of nonsense. So let's copy this. New symbol. It is nonsense, as I said. I've never actually made one of these before, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. It's not a graphic that I typically animate. But the principles should be pretty clear. Roll loop, that might be too much. No, that's good. It's not overdoing it there. I'm looking for... Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna make some swirls and see how it goes. They're all sort of one kind of direction. Should this... Okay, let's see. Yeah, that kind of gets the point across. I'm happy with that. So he's gonna come in. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Blink. Oh, I have an extra little panel there in his dialogue. We don't need that. Keep that on a separate layer. Point, point. And then we'll do like a slight antic. Then have him go up. Just a tiny little one. Mm-hmm. 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 Boo boo. All right. I think I thought I was drawing in 75% earlier, and I think I must have actually been drawing at 50. So this part of the animation might look a little, a little rough, a little rougher than usual. I tried to go no smaller than 75% on these medium shots, but I must have been just a little unaware. Like I said, today was a long day, and I'm surprised I had as much juice as I had at the beginning of the stream. It's surely caught up to me now. But still, juice or not, it is still a lovely time. Like, I made my order, now I deserve sandwich. I used to think that's how it worked when I was a little kid. I'm like, oh, you just say what you want and then you get it? And then I had tremendous anxiety about ordering at a place, which is such a strange emotion now that I think about it. What was there to be scared of? You're just paying for a burger. I would not go up to the line in McDonald's and actually order what I wanted. And I had my parents do that. Now I order at the drive-thru so confident. I am so confident at the drive-thru. Actually, that's not even true, because if I encounter a menu that I don't know, it's like, oh gosh, I get a whole different kind of anxiety. The anxiety of not wanting to waste other people's time while I am looking through the menu. So I just end up getting something suboptimal instead. Regardless of how much older you get, you still are yourself. And that little dude who for some reason was scared of ordering at McDonald's still exists, just in a different, more adult anxiety form. than the kid form. Okay. Ooh. Well, we just have a little bit of time left on the stream. I wonder how far I'll be able to get. Actually, we want to go palm flat. You don't. That looks more like a handshake. I'm gonna go palm flat. This is the gimme pose. It's kind of a janky hand, but that's fine. I think the whole thing is supposed to be a little bit janky. You know, when you set out to make a whole film on stream in a month, which is actually really less than a month because I'm really only animating on stream and a little bit afterwards, you know, it's not going to be the smoothest thing, but it's still going to be very valid. One of the nice things I found out about YouTube is that the animation doesn't have to be this or that. It's just as long as people want to watch it. And hopefully people want to watch our animations. Well, I actually did a little thing today where I started drawing backgrounds for Squat. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Squat short on our channel, but we were supposed to make a bunch of those. I think 6, as I said in our video, and we didn't get to that. But this year, I'm hoping to make a couple of those. I'm not sure how many we'll get to, but we'll see. We'll see. So let's see how this is playing. Plump plump. I don't know if I need to do another little follow through, I guess, or trace back, or if this little hand thing will be enough. I think the hand thing is enough. Gimme. Alright, now we start to animate this frog. I want to finalize the frog's design. Let me go back to the original inspiration just to make sure. Yeah, that's pretty clear. I feel like I get the vibe of this guy. I can just make it. So let's go not here, here. Let's make sure he feels right. Because the frog and the goose end up being some sort of allies, there's some kind of like wall-eyed creature alliance going on in the stuff that we make. At least in the stuff that I make, because Megan is by choice given me the freedom to just make whatever comes to mind for this. But I seem to enjoy, and I do enjoy, having wall-eyed guys, and they are all in an alliance in some way. So, I actually kind of like this lean back thing going on. Let's do that. Well, let's first give him a little bit of an arm raise. Leaning back. Gotta have a little bit of anticipation. Bum 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 bum. I'm I'm glad you guys liked Hat Frog. I didn't think Hat Frog was going to be the winner of this, but I'm always both like, I get it. I'm also still completely surprised by the choice that people make. Like, I thought it was going to be Eye Patch Frog or Muscle Frog or something like that. But Hat Frog is just fine in my book. Hat Frog will do. Ooh. Yeah, it's about time for me to wrap this up. I'm feeling the tiredness of many different tireds, all layered into one. Oops. I don't like him just sort of suddenly almost popping into this thing. Like, oh, he's slow, and then wazoom. Just whoop. What did you say? No. All right. Yeah, that kind of snaps into this pose. Is the music stopped? Yeah, the music stopped. How did I know? Whoa, whoa. Let's do this. Let's see how this is working. So we can get rid of some of these. Then we're going to need to have a new question mark little thing there. I like that his expression also changes, just the slightest. He's like, His eyes narrow a little bit. What did you say, buddy? What did you say, friend? Because, I'm here to serve up your order, but I cannot do that if I can't actually understand what you're saying. Though, does he understand, or is that just a ruse? Time will tell. I think we need to overlap the hat a little bit. Have his eyes come nice and closed. Let's see. No, I guess we don't need the snapback for the arm there. Sometimes you do these habits and they become habits, but you still have to examine them every once in a while. Like, maybe that's not necessary. The unexamined life. I don't have a follow up to that statement. Is left unexamined, just like that statement. Or not even a statement, it's just a phrase. Boo boo boo. So, Hello? Maybe I give it even like a bit more time? I think he wants just a bit more time before he does the, what did you say, expression? And maybe with this drawing, that'll be it. And I can actually wrap it up just a little bit earlier. Just for health's sake. One of my dad's last suggestions slash he wasn't really one to give advice, so that's why I'm not saying advice, but I guess it was a kind of advice piece, is to take care of yourself. And that's something that I've not been very good at in regards to working and overworking. I've definitely really, both of us actually, really crunch and really work probably too hard for our health. So I'm gonna be a gentle person to myself and gently wrap this up with this last drawing right here. Oh, and then I will give out a membership. Again, members get to vote on the cartoon premises that we do each month, and we'll have some member-only streams eventually. Probably video games. What? Let's see. Is that right? Could you play what you have animated so far? I certainly can, Megs. Here we go. This is what we made today. It's the first one. We started over here with our little guy. We determined that we were going to go with Hat Frog, and I like that decision. Hat Frog is the good one. So there he is. And then we start this scene with a little bag creature sort of running in. We'll let that loop a little bit more. It's like, oh, what's in the bag? Who's that in the bag? Is it a ghost with legs? Is that the new ghost meta? And then we have our guy come in. Doop doop doop. He asks for something, but the frog cannot understand what he says. And that's what we did today. So yay! That was great. I'm going to let's give out one sub. Where is it? Where's my guy? Here it is. Let me go in. Here we are. And how do we... I haven't done this in a while, so... Oh, here it is. Membership gift. Let's do one membership. And here we go. Who's it gonna be? I don't know who it is. It doesn't say yet. Hobonymous? Is that like Hobo Anonymous, but it's Hobonymous? I'm not sure. But in either case, welcome. Yeah, we'll have that poll out pretty soon. I don't know if like by Sunday or a bit afterwards. I'm not sure, but I gotta figure out what the premises are going to be for the next month's cartoon. This one is going to be done when it gets done. I still have a little bit more to animate to conclude this thing, but like we said, this guy's gonna come in, he's gonna ask for a sandwich. The guy's gonna be like, I can't hear you. So he's gonna get frustrated and ask again. He still can't hear him. And then we reveal that it's the gremlin guy. and then Usana's gonna come out and get his get his cattail back that way. So that will be the story of Usano and the cattail adventures. Yay! So that's it for me today. That's it for me and Megan. Thanks everybody for coming on to this stream. Let me switch back to this. It's always great to hang out. Let me bring in some sort of musical goodbye cue. And with that, we say unto you, till next time. There we go. That's my goodbye song. Thanks everybody for coming on. We'll see you next time. Have a lovely week and goodbye.